Now, Global Affairs Analyst Paul Ejime joins us on News Now to discuss more on the fragility of world peace and how it affects global recovery from the effects of COVID-19. Mr. Ejime, thank you very much for joining us on News Now. Now, it's common knowledge that Nigeria is dealing with a lot of challenges at this moment. But what do you make of this recent ranking by the Global Peace Index, 146th position?
Thank you for having me. Well, it doesn't, it's not a good testament, but what is there is that peace is a collective responsibility. And let's face it, it is not the absence of war or the absence of conflict. It's actually the ability to be able to manage the conflict. Because you cannot leave, if you remove conflict or, out of the world, then the world is incomplete. So, but it is that ability, that capacity to be able to manage whatever conflict or dispute arises. That is what separates, that's what makes the difference. For Nigeria, a lot of factors are responsible. One is that you cannot have peace if there is no justice. You cannot have peace if there is no, respect for human rights, or when people are hungry or angry. And there are factors that what you call the triggers and drivers of some of these negative factors that tend to work against peace. So Nigeria should do more. Well, Boko Haram, insecurity, and the fact that people are unemployment. These are triggers. These are things, disaffection. Some people talk about marginalization. Others talk about abuse of human rights and the fact that the government is not taking care of their welfare. So these are issues
here now. Sorry to interrupt you, but let's talk on the global level now. The Global Peace Index shows that the world as we know it is becoming less peaceful as years go by. Now, especially for the African continent, how crucial is world peace for the development of Africa?
Well, it is important for everybody, for individuals and then nations. By the way, the AU, African Union, had talked about a decade of, to silence the gun. But unfortunately, looks like the guns are booming everywhere. If you go by the number of coups, military coups that has happened this year alone, from last year and this year, which means that the peace has been unsettled. Peace is disturbed. And why? Because of human, conduct and human character. I think the human beings will have to look at themselves, take a reality check and see where things are not going well. The government and the governed, all aspects, state and non-state actors, civil society, the faith-based organizations, and everybody, opinion leaders and community leaders. I think everybody will come to the table to talk about it. So once you get that framework or that architecture within the country, then you can extrapolate. It goes across the nation and then to the world, because you cannot give what you don't have. So you need to have peace in your heart, in yourself as an individual, because before you can now begin to send it out. So that is the key thing.
Global Affairs Analyst, Mr. Paul Ejime, I'm afraid that's where we'll have to leave it. But thank you very much for joining us on News Now. Thank you for your contribution.